What's up, Rapids fans? Welcome to this week's edition of The Rundown. And this week, we're going to talk about the LA Galaxy game this past Saturday, where the Rapids, unfortunately, still winless at home, earning a 0-0 draw against the Galaxy. And also looking ahead to St. Louis, an expansion team that has broken all expectations of a first-year expansion team, where the Raptors are going to go to City Park, enter a very electric, difficult environment to play in against St. Louis City SC. All that and more on The Rundown. All right, Drew, so after that result, that draw against the Galaxy over the weekend, means the Rapids are still winless at home this season. So it's a difficult situation to be in right now. Drawing from your own experiences as a player, how do you get yourself out of a situation like that? How do you kind of put yourself mentally in the right spot to get out of a situation like that?
Yeah, it's tough. I think you just have to take it one game at a time. And when you get your first victory, the rest will follow after that. You know, it's a unique situation for the Rapids because of how good they have been at home, really just historically, but certainly in the last couple of years. And so you just have to keep doing what you're doing and take it one game at a time. Don't put extra pressure on yourself just to win at home, right? You have to start games well. I do feel like we've talked about that over the course of the last month or so, especially here at home. You have to play like the home team. You have to play with energy. You have to get the crowd into the game. They've done that. They've been unlucky at times. They've had a game called off because of storms, right? 90 seconds before kickoff. So for whatever reason, this is not a fortress this season. They need to make it a fortress, but they need to take it one game at a time, start matches well, and when you get the first one, the rest will follow.
So, and some of the players did talk about that Saturday post-game where, yes, the Rapids, they are last in the West right now. Like, they're not in the best situation, but despite all of that, like, there's moments of brilliance, those moments of play that encourages you, that you think that we're going to score, or we're going to get a result at some point. Something's got to give. Even despite being in last, like, are you concerned right now with the Rapids being where they are? Because again, like, there are those moments of brilliance, of great play that come together. It's just a matter of, like, that last finishing touch, I think, is missing.
Yeah, not concerned with where they are, but the reality is that they're at the bottom of the table right now, right? The flip side of that is you're only 3-4 wins in 4, 5, 6 games away from moving yourself back into the playoff picture, and that's just the way this league works. And the Rapids do have a pretty good schedule coming up. And again, I'm going to go back to kind of one of my favorites is you have to take it one game at a time, right? 3 points this game, 3 points next game, however you want to look at it, however you want to draw it up. I know some people like to say, in the next 5 games, let's shoot for 10 points, let's shoot for 12 points, whatever it is. Let's shoot for 3 points in St. Louis, first of all. And then we'll deal with the game that follows St. Louis. I don't even know who it is because it doesn't matter at this point, right? But you go on a good run of form here in the next couple of weeks and you're right back in the playoff picture. You've got some momentum moving forward, and that's Major League Soccer for you. And that's what the Rapids need to continue to fight for right now.
So again, as Drew mentioned, not a reason to entirely panic, despite being in last. And of course, Robin Fraser, our head coach, and the players Stephen Badishore and Cole Bassett spoke after the LA match, speaking exactly to that they're not exactly panicking. It is concerning, but they're not panicking about the position that they're in right now.
We've, the leaders in the locker room have tried to keep everybody close together and not let things get out of hand, because we know a couple wins and you're back in the playoff picture, and we know we have a decent amount of games at home that we'll have a chance to win. But I think some of us, as leaders in the team, we have expectations of ourselves and the team, and we just haven't met those so far. So it is frustrating within myself.
I've spoken so much about the character of the team, and my message to them was I'm so proud of the work and the way they defended and the coordination. They made it difficult for LA to actually put attacks together, but they need to reward themselves for what they're doing.
It's not a point to panic. If we were getting outplayed, if we were getting out hustled, then I'd kind of be worried. But that's not what's going on right now. It's just that final little piece. Games are won and lost in both boxes, and so we just have to be a little bit more clinical. And once we get on a roll, I think good things are coming.
All right, Drew. So looking ahead, St. Louis City SC on the road. That's a tough test for the Rapids, for anybody, quite frankly, but for us, as we go to St. Louis to play them in their home, which they've been on fire at home. The crowd has been electric every time that they've played at home. It's a tough test, but they are missing a couple players, and probably some of their most important players, in Joao Klaus, forward Joao Klaus, and midfielder Edward Leuven. So Do you see that as an opportunity somewhere that the Rapids can take advantage of, or is it still St. Louis just they have enough pieces to kind of get by?
I would say anytime another team is missing their marquee players, it's okay, it's a good time to catch them. But St. Louis City just went on the road to San Jose last weekend with some players that you've probably never heard of. No disrespect to them, but they won 2-1, right? They're gonna be at home where the atmosphere looks like it's absolutely electric. We know one thing they're not gonna change, and that's their tactics. They're gonna play with a lot of energy. They're gonna high press. They're gonna expect you to make little mistakes in midfield and counter off of that. And so you have to be ready for a tough atmosphere and a high energy team, no matter who's on the field for St. Louis. Yes, they're missing these big time players, but they showed last weekend that they're more than willing and capable with some of maybe their more fringe players to get results. And so the Rapids need to be ready for exactly what we've seen from St. Louis so far this season, and that is that high press, that high energy, that counter-attacking style of soccer. And I think Robin will get the guys prepared for it this week.
That's Drew's take on how the Rapids should take on St. Louis City at their place, and we spoke with the team ahead of the match at St. Louis City.
They're a very committed team to the work and committed to each other, which makes them, doesn't matter who they're missing, you add all of that to the confidence that they've gained throughout the year. They're really a difficult team to play against, and obviously they've had great results against very good teams this year. So we know that, again, for us to get a result, we need to be at our best.
All right, Drew, as always, thank you for your input, providing a player's perspective, a legend's perspective on the game, and former player, legend nonetheless.
I'll take legend.
Legend nonetheless. Rapids legend, MLS legend. For you providing your perspective on how the Rapids are going to have to approach this game against St. Louis. And you guys can catch that match this Saturday at St. Louis on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time kickoff, Colorado time kickoff. So make sure you tune into that match to catch your Burgundy Boys against St. Louis City SC. That'll do it for this week's edition of The Rundown.